takes one chicken to watch out for a few hens. However, generally 50% of chicken eggs that come to term are male. Presence of mind would state that the guys are butchered. However, chickens utilized for meat are an unexpected assortment in comparison to those used to lay eggs. Guys of the egg-laying type are too sheltered to be in any way sold in grocery stores for meat, so they have an incentive in the chicken industry. Like any sort of waste, they are discarded. Generally in their initial not many long periods of life. They can be choked in plastic packs, shocked, yet more probable they are macerated and ground up while still alive. Crushing male chicks is really prescribed as the altruistic method to discard them, since the pounding is close movement. Hurdling through a rapid processor is probably less difficult than being gradually suffocated. Naturally, basic entitlements bunch despite everything disagree with pounding billions of child creatures alive, regardless of at what speed. The chicken business additionally has an issue with it as well, but for altogether various reasons. It's costly. They would sooner abstain from squandering money. To this end, analysts are discovering approaches to decide whether an incipient organism is male or female while the egg is as yet suitable available to be purchased. This would spare billions of child chicks from the processor, and conceivably billions of dollars. Not all winnowing is for people's advantage. African natural life moderates once in a while murder jeopardized creatures as a methods for keeping up the steadiness of a biological system. They aren't worried about just a single types of creature, all things considered, yet the biodiversity of the whole park. A huge predator populace implies rivalry for restricted assets. Lions, for instance, will murder different types of enormous felines that are significantly progressively helpless. Indeed, even prey should be drained. Kruger National Park needed to separate a significant number of its hippos after a dry season left the populace with instrument little food to survive. Still, Examine recommends that winnowing ought to be an alternative after all other options have run out. Notable elephant winnows left survivors without more seasoned elephants to show more youthful ages run-of-the-mill practices like perceiving chain of importance and reacting to dangers. It even gave them what might be compared to shell stun. Canadian geese flying overhead is a typical sight in certain pieces of the world, just like the dung they abandon. A solitary goose makes about a pound of crap for each day. Beside the disturbance it makes, and the exertion required to clean it, their excrement defiles conduits and can cause ailment. In the end, Denver, Colorado's Parks and Recreation Department had enough of it. So they separated them. During the geese's late spring shedding season, they are flightless, so it's simple for contracted government representatives to corral and burden them into cartons. The geese are then butchered, and sent to food washrooms where they can be eaten by those out of luck. Despite the fact that it's an extreme sort of meat that requires long cooking occasions, goose meat was once called the broiled hamburger of the skies. A progression of deadly shark chomps in Western Australia provoked the administration to ensure its seashore goers with drum lines set out to separate incredible whites, which were liable for most of fatalities. In any case, drum lines don't separate, and the program was questionable in light of the fact that specialists dreaded they would hurt the district's biodiversity by catching other fish. The drum lines caught 172 sharks, with 68 gathering the measures for winnowing. Out of all the sharks, be that as it may, none were really incredible whites. 94% were tiger sharks that have not been answerable for a Western Australian casualty since before 1930. By the by, they were still killed. The separating incited the Australian Environmental Protection Agency cancel things, expressing there was logical vulnerability about executing a populace of sharks that had nothing to do with the fatalities that provoked the winnow in any case. Marius the giraffe was the survivor of a universal reproducing program intended to extend the giraffe populace in zoos. The program was effective to such an extent that Marius' hereditary material was no longer of significant worth to any zoo in the program. Letting Marius breed with any of the program's giraffes would have caused inbreeding in the populace, so Marius was announced valueless and bound for, actually, the cleaving block. The choice to separate Marius in light of the fact that he was of no incentive to a rearing project normally created a scene. The zoo had permitted him to be conceived and live on its grounds, yet when he was not, at this point, valuable, they chose to murder him. The alternative of sanitizing him came up, yet the zoo said that he would even now take up assets that could be utilized to help feasible hereditary reproducers. Different zoos offered to take Marius in, yet the Copenhagen Zoo would just impart its giraffes to zoos that clung to specific rules in its reproducing program. It denied all offers. So, with no utilization for Marius, and in the wake of declining to migrate him, the zoo executed him. A post-mortem examination and evisceration was acted before a crowd of people, one that included kids. Subsequently, portions of Marius were put something aside for investigate while others were taken care of to the zoo's carnivores. Regarding all the shock, an authority said that they didn't get it. At the point when China's socialist government rose to control in 1949, infection was spinning out of control all through the nation. It started an immunizations and sanitation crusade that included taking out the creature bearers of the infections. It was known as the Four Pests campaign since it concentrated on the winnowing of mosquitoes, flies, rodents, and sparrows. Millions of kilograms of flies and mosquitoes were killed, just as an expected 1.5 billion rodents. Apparently the battle was a thundering achievement, until individuals understood the biological debacle that winnowing 1 billion sparrows made in the open country. Sparrows were transporters of ailment, yet they likewise assumed a crucial job in the biological system. Dispensing with such a large number of them left a vast opening in China's evolved way of life that had desperate consequences. China had been actualizing the Great Leap Forward, where individuals were requested to stop horticultural work and start making steel. In any case, overlooking agrarian creation implied that individuals needed more food. Starvation was at that point far-reaching at the hour of the Four Pests campaign, and the end of sparrows implied that creepy crawlies like beetles detonated in populace. This crushed what grain was still left after the administration's industrialization battle. Millions kicked the bucket in what got known as the Great Famine of China. After World War I, Australian fighters got back to government-sponsored plots of land they were given to raise wheat and sheep. Sadly, a portion of the land they were given was hard to really raise anything on. This, combined with the beginning of the Great Depression, made life hard for the unpracticed farmers. Then there were the emus. The thousands in number populace of emus didn't leave when the troopers turned ranchers assumed control over their territory. They stayed, and began to eat their harvest, which further crushed the battling ranchers' occupation. When secured creatures, the emus were renamed as vermin to be killed. The legislature needed them dead so severely they paid trackers bounties for every emu they brought in. Emus are flexible winged animals, however. In spite of the separating, they kept up their numbers. The ranchers didn't have the assets to murder such a large number of fowls, so the Australian government acquired the military to start the Great Emu War. The armed force chased them with automatic rifles, yet the emus dispersed so far the fighters just at any point prevailing with regards to executing 200 or 300 out of thousands. The military attempted over and over to mount military crusades against the winged animals, yet at long last, the emus won the war. The armed force in the end just surrendered and gave the ammo to the ranchers. Presently, appropriately provided, the ranchers, who, we will remind you, were war veterans, prevailing with regards to winnowing about. Nutria, otherwise called koipu, are an intrusive types of rat on pretty much every mainland. They are local to South America. However, worldwide exchanging and reproducing ranches saw them spread everywhere throughout the world. Inevitably, some either got away or were discharged into the wild, where they reared and spread. One analyst in Korea thought of an especially clever plan to be freed of the rodents. He proposed that they catch a few nutria and sew their rear ends shut. This would pressure them, he stated, which would make them eat their children. He had once utilized this exact same method when he worked for a zoo with rodent tissues. Evidently, sewing their butts shut had killed each and every one of the pests. Despite the procedure's clear achievement, basic entitlements bunches disagreed with it. They said that making the creature enough agony drive it to human flesh consumption is untrustworthy and comprises misuse. Obviously, the scientist's recommendation failed to be noticed and his arrangement was never initiated. The Mauritius flying fox is delegated an imperiled creature. Since 2015, the legislature has winnowed the greater part of its populace so as to make life simpler for ranch proprietors. The foxes caused around 10% of the misfortune producers of mangoes and lychees endure every year, so a winnow was actualized to stem losses. The result was a reduction in yearly yield. Biologists state that the flying fox is a significant pollinator for the greater part of the island's greenery. In addition, when the legislature established its winnow, it immediately found that shooting the bats that were eating organic product on estates was very troublesome. So the trackers went into the mountains and slaughtered them in their local environment. The flying fox, be that as it may, will in general stick to one region, so murdering the ones in the mountains implied that they were not really effectively addressed the loss of the manna natural product. A few protectionists guarantee that the legislature is just propping the separating up so as to win casts a ballot rather than really fixing the issue. Preservationists documented a claim against the Mauritius government to stop the winnows. The Canadian seal chase is a yearly and very questionable occasion where a huge number of seals are pursued for meat, hide, different items, and, some state, populace control. Be that as it may, numerous nations around the globe have prohibited seal items imported from Canada. This helped lead to such an outrageous reduction popular that enemy of chasing activists state benefits from the chase are currently twice as not as much as what the administration spends to screen it. The Canadian government, notwithstanding, says that the chase has other circuitous monetary advantages and still backings the gun. One bunch that claims they do. Some are currently saying that a development of the chase is important so as to ensure the nearby salmon populace, since salmon are the prey of seals. Researchers deviate, saying that the seals are just being utilized as a substitute. In any case, the seal chase is imperative to the endurance of certain Canadian people group. However, adversaries contend that if the Canadian government quit financing it, the free market would release it wiped out.